What is up, y'all? Good, beautiful morning. Good, beautiful morning to all you beautiful people of the world. All you beautiful, amazing, crazy, weird people. To all the freaky people. All the strange people. All the cool cats. And all the fly mamas. To all, I don't even know what characters any of that was. That was like this one, and this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm not sure what this character is either, by the way, but yeah, whatever. Life is good, isn't it? Look how cold it is. I'm like a fire-breathing dragon up in this. The boys are splashing in the puddles, playing in the rain. Had a wicked crazy thought last night, which made total sense too. So the thought came through, well, the thought didn't come through as a what if. The thought that I saw came through as just what it is. And what it said was every life form that we come into during this, or not we come into, every life form that we come in contact with in this life is a prior incarnation of ourselves, of our own being. Now the thing about this that's that's interesting is that it would seem to have to completely dissolve time, right? Because there's overlap there. So if I I know my grandfather, or I knew my grandfather. He died when I was 14. But I knew my grandfather. I didn't know his father. He died before I was born. But it would seem as if it would have to follow that that like time wasn't a thing or something, or by proxy you knew the other person that came before, or something like that. And I don't even know what these words are right now because they're just coming out. So the idea or the thought comes of really what if that is. What if my kids are all just different incarnations of me in a total time slip? I mean, if time is completely relative and completely arbitrary and made up, especially within this moment of now, there is no such thing as time. It really isn't. If I'm not thinking about the past, or I'm not thinking about the future, there is no time. No time but now. And history, what is history? People wrote down something that was happening in their time, and we read about it now. But when it was being made, it wasn't history, It was just people writing shit down. And then we take it and we convert that to being like the idea of, oh, this was another time, another place, another everything like that. But really it just keeps flowing through. Every generation is just as corrupt and righteous as the next or the previous generation before it. Every generation of human being thinks that they got it. Every generation of personhood, personalities thinks that they got it. All the best technology, or the best religion, or the best laws, the best morality, the best quality of living. But you know what? Everybody that was living 500 years ago, they had just the same opportunity for quality of living. You know, it doesn't have to do with what you have and what you can make, or what you don't have rather. And you know, the things that you can do, it has to do with being happy in the time when you are. Hey boys, I'm pretty sure Mama's wanting you to stop. I'm pretty sure Mama wants you to stop. She's just banging on the window.
Hey, hey boys, I don't want you throwing that shoe in the mud, and I don't want you throwing it towards the road and going to get it. Do not go near the road. At all. Please make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
River. Hey. Serious about that. So, I mean, there's a totally obvious extension to this, in that we truly are all incarnations of each other. You know, consciousness compresses with the power of awareness in each life form, but it's still consciousness. It's still everything, just like you. You are everything, you know, and you are me. So how could I be mad at you? Well, I guess there are situations where one could be mad at another rightfully, but from a level of just pure consciousness, I don't see how it's possible. Because if every expression of consciousness is the expression of consciousness. Hey, Hendrix and River, stay where I can see you, please, okay? If I can't see you, you can't see me. Or if you can't see me, I can't see you. Okay. I'm not surprised. Come here.
Whoa. Your feet. Wow. Put it in there. Wow. Oh, keep my seat on. You're waterproof?
Make sure you take your socks off too, okay?
My socks on.
Remember, take your socks off too, okay? You just leave your shoes right there by the door on the porch. Yeah. Take your socks off. Take your socks off. They're all soaking wet. Take them off. There you go. You got it.
It's cold.
Here.
Nothing is cold.
No? Hey, y'all be chilling there, okay?
What?
Be chill in there.
We're gonna eat our apple.
Okay, cool. You do that. Where was I saying? No, I didn't mean to say where, not what. Sometimes I light my mustache on fire. Oh, that's interesting. Just straight up the nostril. Oh. going to do a thing called, I think I'm going to call it the Traveling Tea and Company. What do you want?
Anything I want to say hi.
I love you.
I love you.
I want to do a thing called the Traveling Tea and Company, which would really just be an opportunity to sit with people. Yes, they were going way too fast. Can you go so I can finish making my video, please?
I'll be back.
Okay. Thank you. I love you. What is life? What is this life? At any rate, I'm going to do this thing called Traveling Tea and Company. And I'm not quite sure how it's going to work out at first. Could just be like a little table with a couple of chairs, folding chairs. An arch type of thing, like over the table that has the sign on the top of it. And then one of those things that you make a lot of tea or coffee in, and it just has the pump at the top and keeps it warm for a long time. Just that, and just sitting there talking. Kids. Just sitting there talking to people. They come up, we have a cup of tea, we talk, and they tip if they want to tip. Or maybe a tea will cost like $1. I don't know. Not very much. Shouldn't be very much. Shouldn't be anything at all, really. But I think that this could totally, end up moving into a bigger type of thing, like in a trailer. Are they still there? Oh, they're still there. Just take a breath to appreciate life. Our dog died last night. He got hit by a car right in front of our house. I saw it happen. Go on, please.
Going under arrest.
I think he had been in the process of soul ascension, basically. I mean, for lack of a better way to say anything about it. But, I mean, it was kind of a joke at first. Like, he didn't want his dog food. And we get the good dog food, the one that has no grain and has meat as the primary ingredient and stuff like that, because, that's good for the dog. But he would rather eat vegetables and fruits and bread. Wasn't so crazy about rice or Brussels sprouts, but he loved potatoes and cauliflower and apples for a sweet treat at night. I'll slice up an apple and I'll eat it with some peanut butter. It's so good. And I share it with the young people there, if they're awake. The young humans behind me, the other one behind me now. And I would also share it with Herbie. And he would eat even just an apple. I mean, he loved the peanut butter part, of course, but he would eat just an apple even. And I joked with my wife and my oldest son. And I said he's working on being vegan. Stop! Don't want that window to break. That would be a mess. I said he wants to be vegan. I said it's almost like he's ready to ramp up into a next incarnation. So last night, standing in my kitchen after it happened, and it was horrible. It was really horrible. Like to actually watched it happen. And then I went and I took his blanket down the street, a few houses to where the car had stopped. And I wrapped him up in the blanket and I moved him to the side of the road. And I sat there with him for a little bit. And then I came. You know, it's weird right now, like I don't know. It feels like there's something that I should be feeling right now. I can certainly feel the pressure inside right now, you know, that rising energy. But I'm not sad. I know that it was nobody's fault. Yes, he got out. You know, he was at the door and he got out, and one of the kids was trying to get through, and then he was running around, and we were, you know, does it a lot, and we were like, you know, he'll come back. Certainly never imagined this was going to happen, you know. But then he was running around crazy too. He didn't have to run out into the road. He could have known better. You know, if it comes from an area of whose fault is it, then that could spiral on for, you know, seemingly forever. It could be taken back to the nth degree, and still there's no fault. There's no fault. It just happened. But you know what? He was smiling when it happened. He was having a good time running around. Oh yeah. Yeah, he was out there free, wasn't on his leash. And then that was the end of that. I couldn't help but imagine a little later on that, not even imagine, but just see death as it's just like going to sleep. You know, sometimes with a little bit more pain before it, but it's just eventually going to sleep and then waking up in some other reality, whatever that is. If you believe that you go to heaven or to hell after death, then isn't it still the same thing? Isn't it still just that we're not here and then we're somewhere else? You know, I guess if you're a person who believes that there's no such thing as as life after death in any kind of way, or reincarnation, or greater consciousness, or anything like that, then yeah, I guess it would be pretty scary. But why have that belief? Why have that? I don't get it. I don't get it. And a lot of people say, atheism isn't a belief. But how can it not be? If it's not, atheism is something that's based in logic. And logic is based in the mind. And the mind is closer to the person than it is to the awareness in most people, isn't it? So then it must be a belief, because it's an agreement with the mind of the person. If it's all absolutes, I guess, and probably in agreement with the mind of the person. Yeah, that's something that has to be explored a little bit more. And as I look back at what I just said, I wonder, did I think that before I said it? Or was it just simply thought? Far out, dude. Rest in peace, Herbie the Love Pup. May your soul, may your energy, may your consciousness, may it have a good birth. May it have a great new birth. Maybe we'll see each other again. Shalom, 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 shalom. Peace.